Hey guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. We are now part 2 in our No Gamepass IKEA store. If you haven't watched the part 1 where I built the exterior and the restaurant, make sure to check that first. And if you don't have any Game Pass and you want to build this too, then keep on watching. So for part 2, we are continuing the rooms that we have in the lobby. The biggest room on the left will be the staff room. So I was figuring out how the staff room should be. Can I fit a meeting room here? Can I fit a working station here? I want to add a small pantry as well. All this in mind, I tried making smaller rooms and it made the whole area too cramped, which I didn't like. I wanted this staff room to be open. And I also wanted it to be bright and colorful because this is IKEA. I mean, we got to make this staff area feel like a fun environment for the staff. Since this is a 6x6 square room, I won't divide this and add partitions. Instead, it would just be one big office/staff/pantry room. So we gotta have a decent pantry area. Of course, this is just a pantry, so we won't add any stove in here cause we are not in some cooking show. I added a decent amount of counters for the sink, a prepping area, and for the appliances. You can place the expensive fridge or any appliances that you like, but since I am on the cheap side, we will just use this. Now add some kitchen clutters of your choice. As I mentioned earlier, I want the staff room to have a fun and bright colors, so I used a light blue color on the kitchen counter base. Then for the countertop, I used a tile texture. Now for the back wall, I used brick wall texture and cloudy gray color. Color the clutters however you like. Now that the pantry area is done, I'm gonna add this modern dining table beside it. This can be the dining area and also a meeting table since we won't have a very formal meeting room. I wanted to make a separate meeting room, but since this is a modern style staff office, I think the open setting can be managed. I used a transitional dining chair and we'll be changing some of the chair color later to different bright color. Then at the back side, we will add this shaker island counter. This will be the working space of employees. Instead of the usual single desk for each staff, I went with this counter so that the room is fully used. You can use the shaker island middle counter and place 3 next to each other. I colored this plain white because we will add a fluent stool and make the colors alternating blue and yellow. As I mentioned earlier, I changed some of the dining chairs to pink and then I will recolor the white chair to light blue. Since this is a shared working table, I will just add minimal clutter. So in here we will place a desk organizer for like the important documents and files. Then add an electrical outlet on each side. Now for the empty area, I plan to add sofa chairs in here. This can be like a meeting space as well with a modern twist that feels like a coffee shop vibe or something because employees can just relax on the comfy sofa chairs. So I used a transitional sofa and then curved armchairs on the sides. Then we will add a round end table and a round basic shape. To place this next to each other, we will do the delete undo technique. Delete the first item, then drag the second item close to where you want to place it. Before clicking, press Ctrl-Z at the same time left click to place. This might take a while if you are doing it for the first time, but it gets easy once you always do it. There may be error in placement at first, but try it again until you place it. I also placed 2 round carpets in the middle. Now we will color the sofa chairs. And I'm gonna make the bigger sofa into a gray colored sofa. Add some texture so it wouldn't look flat. Now for the curved arm sofas, I will color this vibrant. I love this vibrant color of lime and orange in here. It really gives the whole office room a very fun workplace, right? I'm in this era of trying fun and bright colors onto my builds, and I'm loving how it turns out. Let's replace the pillows on the sofas, so I just used the rectangular for the big sofa and round pillows on the curved armchair. Now color the pillows to match the sofa chair. You can also add textures of your choice and just match it. You can place a coffee book on the table to add some decor. Then recolor the carpet to give a final pop of color in this area. I colored the side walls to grime color and look how that pop of color turned out. I love it. Now we are adding some lighting and I'm gonna add a few ceiling lamps. I love how the mid-century lamp looks like because of the layers it has. Now this is giving too yellow, so make sure to adjust the bulb color so the room wouldn't be too bright. I'm adding the half-sphere pendant light on the large table and again you can change the bulb to make the room brightness balanced. The shared working counter is too plain, so I will just use this modern vanity light. It gives a subtle light that also adds design to the wall. I copied the windows from the restaurant and placed a few windows in our staff room. It gives more natural light coming in. I'm gonna add a few paintings on this wall, so I used this modern square painting. Color the frame and backside to brown. Now we have this empty corner, and I'm just gonna place a cabinet on the very corner. This can be storage for important documents or whatsoever. And then a cleaning bucket on the side. Then I'm adding a reminder board in here. Color this however you like. I'm gonna be placing a lot of posters for like reminders and information for the staff. Place 2 reminder boards on this wall. The staff room is done. Moving on to the security office. This is a 3x4 square room, and we will just make this very simple. I copied the wooden floor from the restaurant and then colored the walls the same light stone gray. I'm gonna use the shaker island counter as the table for the TV monitors. I didn't use the desks we have since that was a bit slimmer, and I wanted to have this wide desk since we are adding monitors for the CCTV. I used the cheap Ecuslam TV and placed 3 to look like a curved monitor, and then add a square painting on the wall. I'm just gonna search up CCTV footage from the free images and hope there are decals that we can use. Since this are just monitors, we will need a keyboard and mouse. So I used a placemat and add 3 calculator next to each other to make a keyboard. Then add a soap bar and recolor this all to make it look like a keyboard and mouse set. You can easily duplicate this by copying the placemat. Then I added this office chairs as this are widely used in security offices. I love how the keyboard and mouse actually looks like when we custom made it. Then add a telephone in the middle where both officer can access the call. I also added walkie-talkie on each side. I don't know what else to add, so I just placed a cup of pens and sticky note on the side in case there would be important calls to answer to. I realized that the plain white was too plain, so I changed the walls to this carpet tile texture. So if you want to save a bit of money, use this texture instead of coloring it earlier. For the back wall, I'm gonna add a lot of storage cabinets, and I use this shaker pantry cabinet, which looks best for storing important documents and files, and also other stuff that security might use. I placed a plain counter in the middle and a few clutters on top like the boxes and a bag. Add a hook rack on the side and light switch by the door. Then copy the board and place it on the empty wall side. Now moving to the toilet area, I moved the construction decal since we will use that some other time. I deleted the walls first since I wanted to make an opening on the sides. This is how usually the IKEA toilets are with separating walls for the male and female toilet. I made the flooring marble on the outside area, but on the inside of the toilet a small rounded tile texture. Then I just added a plain marking to notice the separation on the flooring tiles. As for the toilet cubicle, I'm gonna use this modern panel fence. This side will be the female toilet, and I will be making 3 cubicles for the female since I will delete the right cubicle later. And then the male toilet on the other side will just have 2 cubicles. So save your money and don't add all 4 cubicle toilets. Then just add modern panel gate on each cubicle. I also changed the texture on the back wall the same as the floor tiles. Going back to the male toilet area, we don't have a male urinal, so I wanted to add something in this open space. Let's pretend that this drinking fountain is a male urinal. I know it is too high when you get close to it, but let's just pretend it is a urinal. Then place a hand dryer on top and color it to plain white as the water tank for flushing. As for the sink area, I'm gonna use this wall-mounted counter sink and color this to white. Then duplicate it and place on the side just enough as the size of the horizontal mirror. Just add a hand dryer and toilet paper on the side and also a trash bin. Now copy the sink area and the clutters we added to the female toilet. I added this transparent decal for the toilet logo. You can search in the free images a separate female and male logo. I also colored the separation wall to sage green to just add a pop of color. As I mentioned earlier, I deleted the end cubicle because I will add a baby changing table in here. I used this simplicity changing table since it is the cheapest one and just color and change the texture to gray. Add a hook rack on the side so the mom can hang the baby bag while changing the baby diaper. And I also added a mirror on the back wall. Then I just added a square painting on the empty wall for more poster ads. We finished the rooms and toilet, so all we have left is this empty corner. I'm gonna add a small information area in here so we can make use of this space. I used this shaker counter as the information table. And again, if you want to place any items next to each other, just use the delete undo technique. That is what I did on the corner pillar. We will add a round decal later on the upper side of the pillar. So save your money and don't use this square painting, as I will change it to a round decal later. I also placed a wall telephone on the side since this can be mainly accessed by the information officer. Now I'm not sure what to add in here, so I just placed an organizer on the side for like IKEA flyers. And then we will add a small desk monitor on the side using a photo frame, which I'm going to change for the horizontal photo frame later. I copied the keyboard and mouse that we custom made and just color the placemat the same as the tabletop. I also added a small box to make the frame monitor a bit higher. And then add some clutters and we are done. So this is part 2 in our IKEA No Gamepass build series. The plot value is now costing $135,082 and we are just in the entrance area. Anyways, again, this is a No Gamepass build, so you can definitely build this. Just need to earn money for the cost. So this area is what we finished from part 1. Now, let's go to the rooms that we finished building today. We have staff room, security office, and toilet area. Over here is the information desk where customers can ask the officer any inquiries or concerns. I used a round decal for the logo that I just searched in the free images. This is where the information officer would sit down, and I just made it simple with a few clutters like some paper files and flyers on the side. Then we have a telephone on the side for important calls and where they announce for the whole store. Now, let's go to the staff room, which is also the office and pantry. As you enter, you're greeted with the sofa set on the left and then the large table in the middle right next to the pantry counter. The sofa chair area would be like an informal staff meeting area where they can just have a quick meeting chat or chill during breaks. Over here is more of the working station, and you can add laptops if you feel like spending a bit more. We also have a telephone line in here for important store calls. This is the large table for group meetings or can be used for dining during lunch breaks if there's no meeting. Now on this side is the pantry area, which looks fancy, I know. I love the light blue counter and cabinet. It looks super bright and colorful in this room. Anyways, that is the staff office room. Now going to the security office, this is how it turned out. Very simple with the computer desk on the door side. This is how the office desk would look like with officers watching. The CCTV security footage is from the free images that I just searched up. I love how the custom keyboard and mouse actually turned out because it does look good for a No Gamepass build, right? The back side has 2 storage cabinet and a counter in the middle where you can place clutters of your choice. Now going to the toilet area, we still have this under construction sign for the next part of this series. The toilet logo is from the free images as well, just use a transparent decal. Let's go to the male toilet first. So we have a male urinal on the left side which is not usable, but let's just pretend it is. Then we have 2 cubicle toilet beside the urinal. So that is the male toilet. Now going to the female toilet. In here we have 3 toilet cubicles since I deleted the corner one for the baby changing table. I think most of the toilets have a changing area, so we added that here. We have 2 sinks just like in the male toilet. So yeah, that is how the toilet area turned out. Anyways, that is the end of part 2 in our IKEA No Gamepass build series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach a milestone of 10,000 subs before 2025 ends. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.